Welcome, weary travelers, to our Black Friday special. We have many wares and goods on mighty sales, the finest, blackest sales of the year. I am your shopkeeper, Nick, and with me, of course, is the shop owner, Zach.
Hello, hello.
And Zach, we're going to kick off the week. We're coming to you live from Black Friday, where the doors are not busted, the deals are mid, and is this even a thing anymore?
No, because
it's become Black Month now.
Because you kind of get deals like months before now.
I've been getting emails from every company I've ever purchased anything from, and they've requested for my email. Basically since the beginning of November.
And I know these deals are Black Friday deals, but they're going to send to at least through the weekend, and then you have Cyber Monday, and then there's some like Prime Day deals that are happening through.
Potentially.
And then next week, someone else is going to have a sale, and so everyone's got to have a sale.
The sales are, much less drastic and much more spread out now. So it's far less of a thing.
I would prefer a deeper sale and less.
Right, which is what it used to be. That was why there was the thing
Why there
about
were fights in
getting to the
Best Buy and Walmart.
And maybe as a society, we're healthier for not have. I mean, that is the new trend now, is for companies to be like, actually, we're closed on Black Friday.
Little Timmy,
you can't fight in our store if it's not open.
Little Timmy's getting stomped out for his Nintendo Switch 2 that he just bought.
Yeah, that also probably doesn't help that the popular things that people wanted to buy were in low stock. That's a great way to have a big mess on your hands. So I guess we've solved the problem of why in store mega savings are no longer a thing.
There's many reasons, but that one is. I assume at one point everyone got together and said, we have fights and shootings outside but we gotta.
The Walmart people were like, guys, we need to do something.
Enough is enough.
As a section of the economy.
I'm not saying no sales, but what I'm saying is maybe not as crazy sales.
We've gotten them a little too bloodthirsty. We need to tone it down just a little. I know we all wanted to see how deep the ravenous hunger for capitalistic savings could go, and I think we found our limit. Let's dial it back.
It's not even the purge yet.
Yep. We know where we can push them to now. Let's dial it back, and we'll save that for when it's important.
Can't call it Black Friday if everyone is dying out here.
That is why it was the darkest and blackest of days.
No, it's black because you got to get your books back in the black after being in the red.
Yeah, allegedly. Very good. Well, that is the scene setting for our episode today. I think that was kind of everything I had to knock on Black Friday. It's just that and all the emails.
You've worked like Black Friday when it was Black Friday.
Yeah, I did, and at a job where my report time was 4 a.m. for a 6 a.m. And this was at a bookstore, for crying out loud. Although this was back when people still gave books as gifts, and it was not. We didn't have all the audiobook options for people. If you're actually interested in the story, get it digitally. But no, you still had to give people the actual relic of the printed pages.
I prefer a printed page. The digital one doesn't feel right to me still quite yet.
Or
an audio. I will take the audio version.
The audiobook revolution has been pretty good, I will say, in terms of freeing my eyeballs.
I'm still missing some classics out there that are very hard to find on the audio version. Like I cannot find a Jurassic Park anywhere out there except for, I think Audible might have one, but other than that, it's like impossible to find on any digital platform elsewhere.
Yeah, Audible's kind of problematic that way now with their giant status and being able to hold some books exclusive like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Unfortunate. But yes, I've worked the retail actual Black Friday, and then I also have the small business Black Friday experience as well with the bakery, and that was also a miserable, god-awful wake-up call time.
Yeah.
Those were 3 a.m. mornings to start prepping everything for the 6 a.m. door open.
That's for Thanksgiving, though. That's for different.
That's true. That was not on actual
Thanksgiving
Black
and
Friday.
Christmas. That's for a family. Everyone's prepping for war now.
It's true. Speaking of back in my day, I have another old man rant this week.
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
This might be a new recurring segment on my episodes. Nick's old man rant for the week. I complained about the lack of turn signals a couple weeks ago. Situation has not gotten any better out there.
I'm shocked, let me tell you.
Yeah, my reach is apparently not as good as I thought. Our old man topic for today, where's all my dinosaur media at? Back in my day, we had dinosaur TV show sitcom. We had dinosaur family-friendly cartoon Land Before Time series. We had several other variations of kid-aimed dinosaurs running amok in various things, and then Jurassic Park hit, and everyone's like, "Ooh, yeah, this is the best thing of the '90s. Is all the dinosaurs."
I will say, now that I just recently watched my new Jurassic Park, and also being a big fan of the dinosaurs, I don't think kids and who like dinosaurs are truly advertised for. I'm using quotes for those who cannot see me, which is only Nick right now. But they don't really they don't care about dinosaurs as much as we used to. Because for us, going to the Natural Science Museum and going to see the dinosaurs, that was an outing. That was a thing.
Yeah,
something to be excited for. Now they just play video games and it's Fortnite and how do I get the skins?
You took the get harder old man turned into this than I was gonna do. Playing their Fortnites. And no, I imagine there's still.
Does the dinosaur do a dance, Daddy? Well,
I don't know. There's got to be some kids who are still. You gotta know what your favorite dinosaur is. You gotta go see some bones. You gotta dust off some bones with a little brush somewhere at a museum or something. We're in Colorado. You can go do that in some places.
The other problem is that the access to just pull up a dinosaur and just look at it, it wasn't available when we were kids either. That's things kids do all the time now. They're less impressed with what a dinosaur is, I
guess. But it's just strange to me that with so much animal we have Zootopia, we have BoJack Horseman for other animal media stuff, but there was a heavy dinosaur turn and it's disappeared, and I want it back.
I think we'll eventually come back to it because we're on the kind of the last leg of Jurassic Park World.
I mean, isn't the Scarlett Johansson one?
We're doing a
fresh new.
Yeah, because we did the Chris Pratt trilogy, and now we're on a new sort of trilogy. But I'm curious if
Jeff Goldblum can still be rolled out in front of a camera every now and then for a cameo.
He's great. We love Jeff Goldblum.
We still love it, Jeff Goldblum. He's just getting up there, is all.
But I think dinosaur things are made more for people of our generation. The kind of the millennial line is where it stops.
That's why I'm saying that's where I noticed the lack in the ecosystem is that there does need to be the kid-centric stuff for today's kids. Let the dinosaurs do the gritty or whatever.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if I could watch this Jurassic Park as a child. It's just a straight horror. It literally is a horror film.
I mean, the original Jurassic Park was not super appropriate for kids who were like, I like Land Before Time. Show me these dinosaurs.
Yeah, but this one is different because they've
amped it up.
The original Jurassic Park is come look at all these cool dinosaurs. Look how cool they are. And it's things happen, and now we got dinosaur problems. This one is just there are dinosaurs out there in the world.
We've known about dinosaur problems.
And they are just out there, and they can be an issue.
So is that following? I mean, I didn't really follow the Chris Pratt show. I saw the first Chris Pratt one.
It does follow.
And I remember throughout that era, the dinosaurs break loose into the wild, essentially.
Yep.
Okay, and that's just where we're picking up from?
Yep.
The dinosaurs have taken over?
Very much so.
It's their planet now?
I can understand, maybe not having this appeal for the children, but this is more for the adults. Very similar to how they did the Jurassic Park animation that they did on Netflix, which
are pretty good.
Which are pretty good. I've been tempted to watch. I know I think I watched pieces of the first season. You guys have watched 2?
We watched 2, and they're up to 4 or 5.
Yeah,
now.
They're up to 4, but I can't imagine trying to explain to my child that
it's very fun going for the ride of, oh my god, are they going to kill these kids?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they are.
Yeah.
Or did they?
Maybe. Who knows?
Spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think eventually
They aren't going to kill the kids, are they?
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. But I think we will eventually reach a point to. We kind of had the superhero run. We're kind of coming back now to like, what do we do next? And I think dinosaurs, I think, are somewhere near the top of that list because we are still getting some like Jurassic Park games, which are very, very fun to play if you're a management kind of guy like myself.
The park building, like the make your own Jurassic Park things, are a fun little genre to have popped up out of that because Lord knows in the 90s the Jurassic Park video games were not that good.
What do you mean the dinosaurs aren't blocks?
Very good. That's, I think, enough for my old man rant today. In current events, we are coming up on the marquee of the industry Game of the Year awards. We've already had the golden joysticks be handed out, but that's an indie affair, so they don't get the same recognition.
That doesn't count.
Exactly. December 11th is when we will find out who our winners are. Have you seen any of the nominees yet?
I've seen some of the nominees. I think I've actually been through the list once.
We'll go ahead and because I do have a bone to pick with our 6 finalists for Game of the Year for 2025. Yeah,
I know a lot of people. I know Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is like
that is number 1,
but a lot of people are trying to push against it because it's like, we want a multiplayer game to win is what I've heard on a lot of different streams.
Oh, wild. I mean, I could see that. But so Claire Obscure, the French RPG.
Yep. Arc Raiders is up there.
Took the nations. Now, number 2 is going to be Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Hideo Kojima's sequel, Norman Reedus biopicture in a far-flung future.
Scar the People?
I don't know. It's Norman Reedus as a single dad, and he has to deliver a lot of packages in a terrible future. Number 3 on our list of Games of the Year nominees, Donkey Kong Bonanza, the Nintendo nod this year, and the Switch 2 entrant. Nominee number 4, Hades 2, finally got its full alpha release this calendar year.
That one feels like it's been around for a little bit, though.
It's been in early access for probably a year and some change, but full release makes it official this year. Nominee number 5, a long-awaited indie release, Hollow Knight Silksong, which I don't think either one of us has really gotten into.
No, but there are a lot of people out there that love a Hollow Song, sort of the side-scroller, old-school type of game.
And our number 6 nominee, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The RPG candidate, second RPG candidate of the bunch.
This is for Game of the Year?
For Game of the Year.
I'm surprised that we are missing a multiplayer of sorts.
We are missing a multiplayer. We are also notably missing my nominee, Ghost of Yotei, even though you will find that they have been nominated for every other best of category, including Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, Best Audio Design, and Erika Ishii for Best Performance in a Video Game, but does not get the nod for Game of the Year. And I'm pretty salty about that.
Yeah, there's the debate I've been seeing going on is it a better game than Expedition 33?
It's a different game.
It is a different game, but it's kind of like from all I've been hearing, it's like Expedition 33 with the new dynamics and how the gameplay was and all that stuff. Even though it's a little shorter than people
they're the favorite for sure.
Yeah, it's like
to take it away this year.
It's like I don't know. It also does.
I will say that Ghost of Yotei did not have nearly as much of a cultural impact, even like in the games industry. Like Claire Obscure got a lot of people's attention across the sphere between like audience, like regular gamers, and like industry people.
Yeah,
being like,
not to knock to Ghost of Yotei because I know it's like a beautiful game. It's well written. It's very from what I've.
It's going to win in all those other categories. I promise you.
Potentially. But that'd be weird to win in all the other best of categories, but not win Best Game of the Year, which maybe they're just trying to nerf it a little bit. I know a lot of people do love Ghost of Yotei, but it's from my outside perspective, not having played either one of the games, it's like one of these two wins, and a lot of people are on the Expedition for being the small studio and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Now going through some of the other ones, like we said, we don't really. You and I are not particularly Hollow Knight players, so we were not sitting on pins and needles. But when Silksong, speaking of impact across the games industry, I don't know if you remember this, when they surprise announced with 2 weeks' notice a game that people had been waiting 5 years for.
Was this at E3 or something like that?
No,
I don't remember what.
Because E3 doesn't even exist anymore.
Or whatever the new...
whatever games expo was happening.
Yeah.
I think, but it was like September 1st, and they're like, September 16th, Silksong. And immediately every other game publisher went to their release schedule and was like, are we releasing that week even? Move it, bump it, either up or back or whatever. Don't bother, because no one else is doing anything but playing that game that week. And that was 100% what happened.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it is a very loved game, and like potentially might win the game of the year as well. Like can't knock it out quite yet.
Because now, if this is also a very niche one. Like, this is not a beginners friendly video game to hop into, because Silksong in particular is like a hard mode DLC essentially to Hollow Knight.
It's for real gamers.
It's for the masochists who like Souls-like games.
And there are a lot of them out there.
Yeah, and I will go ahead and refute the notion that those are the real gamers.
They're the hardcore gamers.
They're the masochist gamers, and I'll give them that. If they can have hardcore as well, but they have to take masochist with it. Now, Donkey Kong Bonanza as our Switch entrant, there weren't many to pick from Nintendo this year anyway. Pokemon wasn't going to get it.
No, I mean, Donkey Kong also, from what I've heard, is like a very, very good game, especially for the Switch 2 entry. Very beautiful, very nice to play. Like all the mechanics there are just nice for the Switch.
And I will say that one does have the benefit of being, because it is the Nintendo entrant, a much more like wide audience. You could recommend that to just about anyone who wants a good game to play.
I don't know the last time I've ever heard. Have you played that new Donkey Kong game?
Well, because there hasn't been a new Donkey Kong game in forever, which was also kind of the excitement of this one. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like because not as many people have the Switch 2 yet as well, like the saturation isn't really there for as many people to appreciate it.
That's fair,
I guess. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I have dabbled in just a little bit.
I'm surprised that one actually got a nod.
It's a very,
especially for Game of the Year. Like, I think it could win in some other categories, but Game of the Year is like...
This one I think is like your real Baldur's Gate style. Like, this had a massive branching story with a lot of different paths in it. Carboy. Right now? Okay. Feisty boy. Are you gonna plop? No, you gotta dig. This stupid boy out of here. Come here.
He will not be moved. He is Snorlax.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. Very good. So, the cat is tamed, and we're talking about the video games. Yes, Kingdom Come Deliverance, which, yes, I have dabbled a little with. It is the big branching game for the nice deep story, and it's just a shame because this is another one I think that most people didn't pick up because it's a 2. A lot of people will think you need to have played the 1.
It's nice to play the 1 before you play I'm one of those people. I like to at least play the 1 before I play the 2, or someone tell me that I don't need to play the 1 before I play the 2.
It's nice to know, yeah, for sure. And then also just another notorious difficulty spike on this one.
The combat on 1 is so hard. It's one of the hardest video games I've ever played. You have to be very precise and specific about a lot of things.
It's not a super intuitive interface to get a hold of for such high stakes. Never has it felt like such life and death stakes in every blade encounter.
I've never felt this way before.
Yeah. So I mean, that is certainly a unique feeling that it delivers, but And then I don't think, again, Death Stranding 2, that's the Norman Reedus one, and neither one of us, I think, is very much into that franchise.
No, it's all horror.
I don't know about that. It's a Hideo Kojima.
Horror.
Nah. It's the Amazon delivery sim.
Horror. I've seen what's happening in that world. It's horror.
Very good. Well, I think I will go ahead and put my money on Claire Obscura this year. Do you have a firm favorite?
Yeah, I think it's Claire Obscura across all the boards for the most part, except in the small places where Ghost of Yote will get a nod.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know if they're going to do a clean sweep, but
I am shocked that there is either no Arc Raiders there as like a multiplayer because everyone's playing that right now, but maybe it's too early or something. Might be an early access game. The other one I'm surprised is not there is Marvel Rivals because that one had a pretty good run for the most part.
Let's see. Now we do have a category, a particular category for best ongoing for like the games as service ones, where we do have Marvel Rivals, Helldivers, No Man's Sky, Fortnite, and Final Fantasy 15. That's a wild spread. No Arc Raiders there.
Yeah.
Actually, let's see. Did Arc Raiders get nominated for anything?
I don't know if they're eligible because I don't know what the time slot is for the awards. It might not have come out.
Oh, Arc Raiders is in up for best multiplayer.
Yeah.
Up with Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Ooh, Peak might do Peak got real hot for the streamers there.
It did. That one, it did. Peak is very good for streamers, but Arc Raiders right now is for everyone that played Fortnite back in the day. They're all there right now.
Doing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem like the new hotness right now. Yeah, they seem like a good one to take that particular one. And we have a few other, like they have the niche categories as well. We have best community support, best indie game, best debut indie game, so that Silksong doesn't just dominate all the indie.
Please.
Best mobile, best VR, AR, and then you have all the genre-specific ones.
Isn't saying that there isn't a multiplayer game in the Game of the Year, though.
A little bit, yeah. I think, most people, I think, could have a bone to pick with that list of the short list for Game of the Year.
That's fair.
Which is why I wanted to talk about it. And in other game-related news, I do have the pleasure to announce my brilliant Ghost of Yote did get an update the day after my birthday for New Game Plus, which is weird that it had to come a month and a half after release, but it finally showed up, and now I get to do another playthrough with New Game Plus.
With all your things, all your items.
All the things I already unlocked right from the get-go, and all the sword fighting I know how to do now.
New Game Plus always feels like a cheat to me.
It's the best kind of cheat. The cheat that you earned by playing the game all the way through once.
Yeah, but now I'm like super overpowered. That's crazy.
Yeah, talk about crazy power dream fulfillment.
No, that's insane.
It's great. Unstoppable. Let's see what else we have to talk about this week. Let's hop on.
Before we do.
Oh, okay.
Before we move out of the games category.
Sure.
Let's play a game because you entered a little bit of a trap here.
Uh-oh.
It's a trap. Let's play a game. I have a list here since we were talking about games of the year. I have a list here of potentially some of our all-time favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
And the social media, of course, you've seen it potentially. I for sure have seen it. Doing a list. It's a keep-cut list. You get to keep 5 of the games, you have to cut 5 of the games, or as we'll call it, you get to play 5 of the games, or you get to uninstall the other 5 of the games.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. And it's all blind, so you do not know what's coming next, and you have to say whether you're going to keep the game or cut it.
And just I have 5 of each. Okay.
5 of each.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. Starting off strong here, number 1, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Are we keeping, cutting? Are we playing and we uninstalling? The pain. I'm going to say this.
Keep. That's one of the best gens ever, and the remakes with Heart Gold, Soul Silver are even better with like nice quality of life updates. I do want them to remake that generation again.
I will say you only get 5, so that's one of them already.
Yep.
This is fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Number 2, Mass Effect 3.
Knowing that this is what the game is going to be, I'm going to put that one on my uninstall list. 3 is a fine landing, and it's a very fun game. 2 is the best of that trilogy.
That's To each their own. I personally like 3 a little better, but neither here nor there. Number 3 on the list, while we're continuing down the list of 3s, The Witcher 3.
I can uninstall that one. I actually haven't gotten very deep in Witcher gameplay. I get to the Griffin fight and get the buttons just down enough for that, and I'm like, I need a break. That was way too stressful, and then I don't remember the buttons, and I've done that intro 3 times.
Yeah, I've done that a lot with Cyberpunk and a bunch of other various games. Spider-Man's the tough one. If you put that one down, it's just
Yeah. How do this Spider-Man walks now?
Well, for a little bit he does. Number 4 on the list, Skyrim. Everyone's favorite game that's been around for 20 plus years now.
I think I have to put that on my playlist just because I have kept it on my ever since it released.
Ever since it released on every single console you've ever owned, from various different versions.
Yep, from PS3 release version all the way up to... I've resisted putting it on the PS5, but I do have the PC version, which is better anyway. So
yeah, get a mod. It's the greatest one.
Yep.
Number 5 on the list, Smash Brawl.
Oh, that is the better of the Smash games, but I will say a fighting game I have to be in the mood for, so that can go on my uninstall list.
Fair enough. Next on the list, Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 is a classic. That's on my list. Playlist. It has to be available.
Fair enough. Next, Persona 5.
Ooh, a very good RPG, but I do not have the nostalgia factor for the Persona franchise, so that one can go on the uninstall list.
All right, we got one more uninstall that we must do.
Yep.
And we got a couple more keeps to do. So
yep.
We're sitting pretty good here, aren't we?
I'm okay with where my lists are so far.
Sounds good. Number 8, another game that you have on a bunch of different devices, KOTOR, the original.
Now, this is one that I might be able to say I have actually played every variation of this game. There's only the 2 main endings. There's a couple different romance paths. I might know just about every nook and cranny of that game already seared into my brain. I might not need to play it anymore. So I'll put that one on the uninstall, and let's see what my last 2 are.
Last 2 keepers. After KOTOR, we have Civ 6 is going to be a keeper for you.
Oh, boy. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Civ 6, you've also spent a lot of time with a bunch of different mod possibilities. And the last one on your keep list, Dragon Age 11.
Okay. My keep list is very RPG intensive, very
I tell you, I'm shocked.
Massive campaign intensive. Yeah. I got a style, baby, and I stick to it.
I am surprised that the only one that was this one I must absolutely keep is Heart Gold Soul Silver.
I'm realizing now in my Pokemon nostalgia days here that I really do love that Johto 2nd gen a whole lot. I even have one of them tattooed on me now.
I was about to say, we've already had a remake.
My top 2 are Crobat and Scizor. That's Gen 2, baby.
They're all Gen 2. But we've already had a remake of the game, so you want another one.
I would love, because the Heart Gold Soul Silvers are from 2014, 11 years ago. So, hey, 30th anniversary remakes. We still need some fresh ones.
Didn't we kind of, because the originals would have been.
We got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl the last remaster ones. But I mean, for remake, yeah, Kanto has been done in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and also in the Let's Go series.
Maybe we get a Let's Go Soul Silver.
I wouldn't be mad at that. That was a pretty fun refresh. Although the Let's Go series has its own unique capturing, and the battling was kind of secondary. It was not mandatory anymore. It was an odd one, but yeah.
For pacifists.
I still, again, on my 3DS, I got a playthrough going on Heart Gold right now.
Currently?
Yeah. I haven't touched it in a while, but I got it. We're getting ready to take on the Team Rocket takeover of the radio tower.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, classic. Well, I'll come up with a list next time for you to do then, because I don't think that list of 10 for you comes out much differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost the exact opposite, I would imagine.
Not quite the exact opposite. I think you have to, Soul Silver and Heart Gold are probably my two favorite Pokemon because it's kind of the originals were where I was introduced to Pokemon, so it has a nostalgia factor. But I would have to keep like Mass Effect. I don't know about Skyrim. Skyrim's a game I've started a bunch. I don't think I've ever finished a playthrough ever.
Skyrim and Baldur's Gate both have I can create any number of characters that come to mind because once I know the depth of the character creation pool, I get very several ideas for, I wonder if I could try doing it this way. Oh, but what about that? That'd be fun. Especially the more, once you do a cycle into the game and find a weird, oh, that's the thing I didn't know I could get, a magic thing that does this particular thing. I bet I could build a character around that.
Yeah, and then KOTOR is another one. I think I do have to keep it because it is the only Star Wars one on the list, and it's another game I've not yet finished. I've created about 1,000 different characters, but never gotten all the way to the end quite yet.
Yeah. It's fun to take it the final way there. All the twists and turns in Act 3, the Star Forge, all that good stuff. Finding out whether or not you made a broken character or a character who cannot win the final fight. That's a possibility.
We like that. I have no clue what's going. I'm starting it again on my Switch 2, and we'll see.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, I think that was all the video game news I had. Let's hop over to sports now, where I don't have a whole lot of news. I'll say the bad news on the Avs report. We played some of the worst games of the season on our last weekend road trip out in Nashville and Chicago. The good news is the goalies stole us 2 games, and they threw shutouts, both Blackwood and Wedgwood. And then Blackwood came out Wednesday and threw yet another shutout.
Who would have ever thought that this would be the place of the Avs a year ago?
Yeah, a almost complete 180. In relevant news to that update, I saw a funny graph about everyone's playoff chances right now based on the standings, and the Avs are at 100% because we're leading the Central right now. All the other division leaders are at 99 something. The Buffalo Sabres just took a nice little uptick out of 67 up to 69, and that 2% increase was attributed purely to them releasing Alexander Georgiev from his contract.
Jeez.
He, just by leaving the organization, apparently made them a better run club.
Unfortunately, we kind of feel that.
Yeah. Very sad. This was a funny, because as we know, Georgiev ended up with San Jose in the direct aftermath of the trade that we sent him away with, as did our hot prospect Nikolai Kovalenko. Neither one of those two is playing in America this year. They have both gone back to Russia.
Yeah, we'll go back home, please.
Yeah, rough time for Russian Avs prospects. But outside of that, things are gravy in Avs Town. We are still top of the league by far. We just had a game this afternoon against Minnesota where we did not get the W. We went to the shootout and lost again. But shootouts don't count in playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
Gotta finish a shootout.
It'd be nice. I mean, we have some of the most talented players in the world. You'd think some of them might have a shootout move or two. Marty Natchez did pull out a pretty sweet one this afternoon, but him and Val Nichushkin are the only 2 Avs to have scored on their shootout attempts thus far this year.
And everyone loves a 1:00 hockey game in the middle of the week.
Oh boy, I will say, for as much grief as I have given Altitude over the years, I am thankful for the little mobile app this year.
The Altitude Plus?
Yeah, very handy. So yes, that has been the news out of Avsland. Things are going good. Best goalies. Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar are the top of all the statistics right now in terms of offense, defense, points, all of it. It's a level that's it's like the sort of thing that I know not to take for granted because it can end at any moment, but boy, is it fun while it lasts.
Gotta enjoy it while it lasts.
Indeed. Oh, speaking of other ex-Avs making headlines these days, have you seen how dirty Mikko Rantanen is playing now that he's a Dallas Star?
No, I have not, because I don't pay attention to the Dallas Stars. I did see that on the, I don't know how, but the went around and they were interviewing Dallas Star fans, and the Avs are ranked number 1 as their rival.
Yeah, and nowadays that is 100% accurate. We have the sort of like, I hate seeing those guys type of vibe that the Avs and Red Wings used to have. But so last week, in the final minute of a game after the Islanders played here, and we beat them 4-1, I believe, they had to travel down to Dallas, and then that next night, final minute of the game, the Islanders are leading 3-2, and the Stars are trying to tie it back up. Mikko comes through a guy at the back end boards right near the goal where they tried to dump a puck in, and then he's going out to chase it. But 2 other Islanders are there. One's already checking him from behind, and the other one's already going to play the puck. Rantanen goes through the guy on the puck, throws him into the boards, and he is now out for the season. He needed shoulder surgery after the hit that Mikko threw. It was a 5-minute game misconduct for boarding. The NHL reviewed the play, safety department reviewed it and said...
We know how consistent they are.
We know how much everyone loves the NHL player safety department and how good all of their rulings are very consistently. No extra discipline for Mikko on this play. So the very next game Dallas plays out in Calgary, I think, or Calgary comes to them, Mikko comes out of the penalty box after taking a hooking or something and goes and immediately does the same thing to a Calgary dude over on the sideboards, right through the numbers, how they teach you not to do it from the youngest level of hockey. Don't hit them in the numbers into the boards. That's how you kill people. So he took another 5-minute major game misconduct, automatic 1-game suspension for having 2 game misconducts in under 41 games. And at one point earlier this week, I'm not sure it still stands, but Mikko, 3rd or something overall in points, 1st in penalty minutes across the entire league.
Very quick. They can add up pretty quickly when you do game misconduct.
Racking them up, and I don't think he's dropped the gloves at all this year. So
someone's about to fight him.
Patrick Waugh pretty much guaranteed Mikko, so Mikko had to walk through the little hallway between both benches, and Patrick Waugh, who's the coach of the Islanders, basically guaranteed, he's like, you are not going to enjoy our next matchup.
The man who's menace to the boards himself.
Yeah, no one is safe in the hockey rink from Patrick Waugh. But yes, that is the other notable hockey news this week, is that we are shocked and appalled at the actions of Mikko Rantanen, who is no longer associated with our good hockey team.
No more. Wiped our hands with him.
Yeah. And other sports news, what else do we have? The Broncos won our big game against Kansas City.
Yep, which we talked about last week. They've been on a bye.
So we don't have much else to say from Broncos land.
From what we know, Surtain and
Singleton.
Yeah, Singleton are scheduled to play this upcoming week here.
Yes,
so
they
Sunday.
both did get some practice in. Yes. So
all we know from Sean Payton is all good. All good. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, that's, as much medical specificity as I'd expect out of him. So yes, looking forward to, who are we playing this week?
The Commanders in Washington. We got to go see Vaughn.
Oh, that's right.
After he's been reminiscing about being a Bronco.
He has enough free time to do his to do a podcast of his own now.
Yeah. He reminisces about the Broncos quite often now that the Commanders are back in form, back to who we thought they would be.
Yes, a little bit of a slow start to things this year for them, but I'm glad for him to be in that sort of veteran role now, and he's always been very consistent about he is a lifelong Denver Bronco.
Please take me back, he says.
He'll get his one-day retirement contract whenever he wants, but it was not this year. It's probably going to be next year, right?
Who knows?
I guess if someone's still willing to pay him to come in for what, 15 snaps a game?
Yeah, for a third of the defensive snaps, basically.
Yeah, the pass rushing obvious downs. It's I don't know if I'd be paid. What's he on now? Probably it's $9 million or something.
think it's even more than that. I think he got 12 from them, if I remember correctly.
Good for him.
Yeah, very much so.
Absolutely. How about what's going on over in that NBA Cup?
NBA Cup. We've seen a lot of people get knocked out. The Nuggets continue to play. In fact, they're playing a game right now for the NBA Cup against the San Antonio Spurs, who kind of figured out basketball, that you have a Wemby there, and he makes it pretty easy for the team.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are unfortunately missing Aaron Gordon for a little bit. He did strain his hamstring again / quad, which he was kind of about dealt with all season last year and for that playoff. So not ideal. But for overall, from what we've seen from the crew, everything seems to be
of all the years. This is like, kind of one where you're not sweating those starter injuries quite as hard this time around.
Yeah, getting real confused. We've tried a lot of different lineups to figure out who belongs in that 5 spot. So just keep playing around with it. We're still
Peyton Watson these days.
Well, you would think so, but we are also missing CB as well for the past couple weeks as well. He's
out for like 6 weeks, right?
Yeah, he's not due until the beginning of the year. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. So he's been playing in that kind of 2 spot and been finding whoever else. The past couple games has been Sam Jones, who did not get a lot of tick last year because
I didn't even know he was on the roster.
We got a little tick towards the end there. He's a good defensive guy, kind of a hustle effort type of dude for the most part, but as we know, he was drafted by signed by Calvin Booth, and Mike Malone was not gonna do anything with him. But from what we saw last year, he's shown he's capable to throw the ball in from the 3-point arc, and he can defend, which is really kind of all you need with Jokic out there, Murray playing the way he is, and Cam Johnson starting to figure out things more desperately than ever right now. So
very good. Yeah.
Couple funny things though. There was a news article I saw early this morning that bounced into my email from The Athletic. The Lakers, who are also going to be playing a cup game, I think tonight or tomorrow, one of the two, they can't play on their cup court. It's deemed unsafe.
Interesting. In what way did they specify?
That's all I read, is that it was deemed unsafe. I was like, that's a weird.
That is strange. Because there's nothing inherently. Because I did kind of want to touch on the cup court floor designs. It is funny to me that they have gone ahead and like made it a thing where it's like, oh yeah, we want you to fully swap out the floors for these particular games. Because the LA one is not one of the more egregious. Like, it's a bright yellow. It's the LA logo on all of them have the trophy in the middle and the trophy on the 2 keys. But yeah, then it's just. So
Luka himself said it was unsafe and that it's too slippy. They made the court too slippy.
Interesting. Too glossy.
Basically.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's wild that didn't they play on it before though?
They did. They're working on fixing it, I guess. Which I don't know why they would, because we're kind of coming towards the end of the cup for the
Yeah, you're only going to use it 2 or 3 more times maybe?
For another month-ish. Kind of get end of December is when cup sort of ends.
Yeah, I was going to say the cup ends before New Year's, so interesting. That is a strange turn of events there. Outside of unplayably slick surface,
there are some egregious courts out there.
I was just going to ask, which are the standouts do you have any that are like, oh yeah, that actually hits, or are they all kind of like, I'm seeing more monstrosities than anything.
I don't mind the Nuggets one so much. Like, a red court isn't terrible.
It's
overall.
A wild amount of red.
It is a lot of red.
The Nuggets franchise, who use it as an accent mostly.
Yes. Yeah. But you saw, I think you came up when we were playing Minnesota on their court.
Yeah.
That one's a crime, I'm pretty sure.
Is that the neon green?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what they were thinking with that, but yeah, in execution, the saturation levels just on most of them are kind of insane. Although there are a good handful of them that are just different shades of gray, which is also not good for televising.
No. I mean, there's always sort of the safe ones. So San Antonio, Portland, Memphis, and Sacramento all have sort of a grayscale. Chicago, too, and Brooklyn all are black, white, and gray for the most part. So their court's just grayscale, which is safe option. Minnesota's is potentially the worst. The Lakers is yellow, which I couldn't imagine Not ideal either.
Yeah, now the ones I do give some points to are the ones who are like incorporating some texture. I do like Brooklyn's.
They like the
herringbone.
Yeah.
Pattern. I do like that Charlotte is doing a honeycomb hexagon pattern.
Even though that's a terrible team and we won't get to see it for very long.
But it's a fun color.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I give the same amount of credit to Memphis for the parquet flooring vibes on gray.
Not a fan texture of that sort of texture and placement and look, personally. But for some people, it hits, it slaps.
Yeah, and then looking down the rest, everyone else is just doing some sort of big version of their, like an outline of their logo. Sacramento has some interesting line work going on. I'm not sure what I'm looking at with that. I think it's supposed to be a crown coming off their logo and then just radiating.
I think that is what you are supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, okay. I got there, I guess. And I like the Utah purple, but that's about it. They stole our mountain range.
I don't play with Utah. They upset me.
Yeah, that's fine. Very good. Well, now that we've discussed the flooring and whatnot, any other sports news this week? Been kind of a quiet one. We did get a treat of a terrible matchup on Thursday night for Thanksgiving, the Chiefs and Cowboys game.
Unfortunately, the best Thursday games did happen earlier
in the day.
Yeah, but we did get good Thursday football. It's the one time a year you can get at least a good Thursday night football game.
And this is true. I mean, that is the I was saying, like, the Athletic had a thing about which holidays are associated with which sports and how, and I didn't read like the history of it, but how NFL has Thanksgiving,
yep. NBA's Christmas,
4th of July is baseball, etc., etc. Hockey has nothing.
New Year's
now-ish, kind of.
That's like
we used to do Winter Classic pretty consistently there, but we don't do them in an Olympic year. So
the NCAA is kind of what I think, because that's when all the bowls are
bowl
played.
games. Yeah, and the NHL hates to have to compete with anything that they think is more popular.
Which is a lot of things, unfortunately, to them.
Yeah, it kind of makes it self-fulfilling prophecy, but. I mean, we're just rolling a few games out into the PWHL season, but seen some good ones. The Seattle Torrent home opener earlier today set the new PWHL attendance record, shattering that left, right, and center almost every couple of weeks now. But that's good for them.
It's crazy that they're selling out like actual. NHL hockey stadiums.
They're sharing. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, Seattle's sharing the Kraken's arena, so that is very impressive on their side. For those who haven't seen the logo that the Seattle Torrent got a lot of flack for, it has gotten a little bit of relief from the community because on the game presentation graphic, they have animated it to be like an actual water effect. But when it is just the flat 2D version,
how do I get my jersey to be 3D?
Video active format?
Can I press a button?
Someday soon for a couple $1,000 maybe.
No, too much. Too many.
But that would be a fun innovation in jersey tech.
They need it. That'd be cool just to have the jersey and it just
do a little animation. Yeah. Knock it out, like take a hit so hard that it breaks your screen.
Mikko Rantanen tries to kill you in your jersey.
That's your evidence.
Yeah. My LEDs don't work anymore. Look, Judge.
He hit the lights out of his LEDs.
That's a crazy thing. Just get blown up and your jersey doesn't work anymore. I like that. That'd be cool.
Okay. Well, I think we found our new avenue for...
You can have an avalanche roll. That'd be cool.
Right. Some actual snow effect going on.
I
think we found some fertile ground here. Very good. I think that is all of the major sporting news. One little last topic before we go this week that I want to talk about, which is actually a thing that you originally showed me a few weeks ago, and that is the TikTok account of one art teacher, Mr. Matt Taylor.
Mr. Taylor!
Mr. Taylor. And now this is 100% You Can't Fool Me. That is Kevin James.
Did you say, I know this is Kevin James, but also I'm interested to see what's happening here. I am going to follow along.
I am 100% following, and he has a huge following on this account where this is, in fact, Kevin James of Adam Sandler collaboration of King of Queens, same guy. He is a bald bearded art teacher at an elementary school, and this is the interesting thing. Now that we are a few weeks in, he has still only like a handful, like not even in 24 videos yet. It's still a pretty short little feed, but it is
he's teaching.
He's just being a pretty a positive affirmations art teacher for the most part, where he follows the very kind of standardized TikTok format of doing a time lapse of like a painting he's working on with a voiceover.
I am curious if he is actually doing the painting. I would assume so.
Yeah, I 100% believe he is, and because he is right in that like the quality of the paintings themselves is.
It's not high. It's not like
it's not an untrained hand, but it's not a practice like this is a life's a master craftsman type of painting.
But it's not like someone whose first day is painting either.
Exactly, he is qualified. Like he definitely could be an elementary art teacher.
He looks like an art teacher.
But all of this to say, I think this is a very interesting thing because it was a thing I was going to point out in a media section at some point of. Speaking of missing bits of the media ecosystem a la dinosaur media, Mr. Rogers was a very important part of like a certain element of a certain generation of like American TV culture, and having like, here is a model for how to be a good neighbor, good person, and just like a chill dude. And that this is kind of now filling that niche in a modern day format, and of course it's on the TikToks.
I feel like we've had a number of different people come in and kind of fill that niche as Mr. Rogers has kind of gone away and stepped in. Because first it was, of course, Mr. Rogers when your mom and my dad were kids flowing into Reading Rainbow, which is what you sort of grew up on.
Reading Rainbow was definitely more
what
my
I
jam.
kind of got in, and then we had Steve from Blue's Clues, which was sort of me and my brother, what they grew up on. Now
I will say Steve it's definitely had some of those elements to it, because that one,
not to the same level as they were,
like you're definitely right that those are like bits in the story that have been trying to fill the gap, but and certainly like this, I don't know, this account probably gets better reach than Blue's Clues ever did in its heyday.
Potentially, yeah. I think that's true. I think the effect, though, and I think the attention, like Mr. Rogers did a whole lot for a lot of the kids, like all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, he had like a 40-year run or something.
An incredible run.
Where, and stuff that was like syndicated, where you could have, it was on video cassette to distribute to schools and stuff. You could see you could run into Mr. Rogers anywhere.
Yeah. The Won't You Be My Neighbor with Tom Hanks is it's an insane movie that you can see like all the things, and they did like a documentary about sort of the same thing. It's just insane to see what he's gone through. But yes. Kevin Taylor, or Mr. Taylor, Kevin James, maybe, perhaps.
Yes, and the interesting thing to me about this is because I have been keeping an eye on it, and now there is a sort of romance storyline developing in the bylines of these videos, where he is the days he's describing are involving dates and how those are going and things. But by and large, there is no like sponsorship, there's no selling anything, there's no commercialization of any sort that I can see happening in here. So it's just Kevin James,
Mr. Taylor,
putting on creating this character to be a positive art mentor.
Maybe Kevin James was the character.
Maybe he's been Matt Taylor all along.
Yes.
And he can finally take off the mask.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's paid him enough.
He called Adam Sandler, said, I have to tell you, man, it's been a great run, but I actually have a different calling.
Grown Ups 3? Well.
Yeah, that's a good way to get the mask back on. But yeah, that was kind of my main pull on that, was that it's a very...
Would you say he's more Mr. Rodgers, or is he more Bob Rossi?
Mr. Rodgers, because the actual art instruction is kind of few and far between. As someone who has gone to art school, I can go ahead and tell you, like, nothing he's saying is incorrect, and he's like definitely, but he's mostly there for the motivation and the keep going at it type of reinforcement.
From what I've seen from Bob Ross at the very early mornings that I would go get my hair done with our grandfather, he was like that too, but in the form of.
But Bob Ross
art.
would actually teach you how, like, some techniques for wet oil painting, like, and like he had a very specific medium, and he did put out a very high quality finished product at the end of each episode. Mr. Matt Taylor, again, not an untrained hand, but not Bob Ross quality.
And now let that oil painting sit for a decade.
But he is using like relatively advanced techniques in like layering and drying and doing nice little, because he's working largely in very readily available commercial acrylics, like that you could pick up from any hobby store. So that's
as one should be.
Yeah, that's a more forgiving entry point than wet oil painting.
That's unforgiving.
You're getting, like, that's the sort of niche of art where you need very specific equipment and you need to treat them in very specific ways, and you have a very specific timetable that you then are locked into.
I wonder if anyone ever went to Bob Ross and been like, dude, do you know how long an oil painting takes to dry? Can you imagine my homegirl Karen over here? She just has a room of just paintings just waiting to dry.
We should remind her to crack a window. Those fumes build up pretty quickly.
She's missing her cat. Left the door open.
I'm sure there was a little bit of a learning. Although there's a fair bit of fine print at the ending of it. Mostly, like, you don't very remember getting to the end of the Bob Ross episode, but there is an end where he does pitch you to go and like get his courses or whatever.
Yes, now let this painting sit like your trauma for 10 years.
Not wrong. It does take a long-ass time to dry a wet oil painting. But yeah, I think that was all I had this week. You got anything else we need to cover before next time?
No, you've already fallen into my trap, which was not trappy enough.
You definitely let me mostly get across the pit before pulling out the fake foliage on me. Very good. Well, then, wrap us up.
Thank you guys for coming along. Of course, Black Friday's been talked all about it, and what a holiday it used to be. R.I.P.
We're still observing it.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not quite the same. But thank you guys for joining us this week. Of course, I have been the owner of the shop, and I have my worker who I scheduled on a Black Friday once again. Nick,
I had to be here.
If you guys would, please do give us a follow on YouTube. Nick will, since we did reach our 1,000 mark on the animation, he was signed himself up to do some more animation fun.
Yep, we're going to get him cranking out here just in time for the holidays, gang.
Yep, follow us on the TikTok, on the YouTube, 321 Pods, and a lot of the places. I think that's proper for those two. Do check out our website, 321podsaswell.com there. And if you are listening on the Apple, the Spotify, the other places I may or may not have forgot to publish, or that this is publishing, please do give us a 5-star review, comments. Tell us what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear, or maybe some takes that you did or didn't like. We'd like to conversate with you guys. But we will see you guys next week.
Adios.